We've just been given a go-ahead from the family of DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, who sadly was shot and killed here in the Johannesburg CBD today. The family have now given the go-ahead that the media can release the name. We know that it had been out on social media a couple of hours ago, but unfortunately the family had asked that we please just allow them to get information to the rest of their family members about the shooting and killing of DJ Warras. We do understand, of course, you would know that he was incredibly talented and worked for a number of radio stations here in South Africa, and very bubbly. I would often follow him on social media, and the comments that he would make, he was incredibly bubbly. I want to bring in one of his very close friends and a colleague, DJ PH Matubela, who speaks to us now. PH, I mean, it's really shocking what has taken place here today. Condolences to the family, to you as colleagues and friends. This is absolutely devastating today.
Still a shock, big shock. I was talking to the guy earlier. Well, last night we recorded our last episode for our podcast, but we were chatting like we always do. Yeah, man, it's a shock, the family's still trying to piece everything together. We're still on the site, obviously still in investigation, but extremely sad. Like you explained, he's a ball of energy, an amazing gent. I can't even put it in the past tense to say was, opinionated, but a solid gent, loving father to his kids, all-round great guy. Got to experience that guy a million times fold, and it is a massive shock. It's a massive shock, yeah.
And I mean, you spoke to him just a couple of hours prior to this. I mean, he was so talented. He worked for a number of radio stations. Geez, he was so bubbly.
Yeah.
He had opinions about everything, right?
Yeah.
And I think those are things that we're going to remember. But I mean, the family we saw a few moments ago, they're obviously very devastated. There are others that are still being informed, but we have been given the go-ahead, of course, to indicate that it is DJ Warras that has been shot and killed. I mean, just explain to us, his bubbly personality. He's worked for a number of radio stations. That opinion, and what we will miss most about DJ Warras.
Like you said, great broadcaster. He had an amazing stint at YFM. He was at 5FM as well. We had ventured into podcasting for about the last 2 years. Also just a great businessman as well. He had other ventures, which is security. All of the events that I did, he did the security for me. Great mind, strategic mind. It's hard to speak about this guy that he's not here, but again, an amazing father, like one of the most caring guys. He'd do anything for his kids. Great businessman. It's hard to speak about him that he's not here, but we're gonna miss him. The family's still shocked, everyone's still shocked, and it's a tough one to swallow. Yeah.
Perhaps could you talk to us about how you were informed about what happened and what you understood about what he was doing when he took this?
Look, I don't want to go into that for now. I think the family will release a statement. I did get a call immediately once it happened from a close friend and colleague who was obviously, I think, either in the vicinity. And it's again, still a shock.
PH, thank you very much, and condolences once again to all of you and your families as well. I know that the family is still incredibly shocked at this stage. Thank you for taking time to speak to us during this time. DJ PH Matubela, who is a very close friend and colleague of DJ Warras. We can confirm here on SABC News, of course, him speaking to us a few moments ago. The family is still at the scene at this stage, and SABC News doesn't understand, of course, that while there are not much details from some of the individuals that we spoke to this related to security services that he'd been providing here in the Johannesburg CBD. Recall, I did indicate a bit earlier on that with the hijacked buildings in the Johannesburg CBD, he had, I understand, secured a contract in order to clean up one of the buildings which is behind me, and I understood that he was installing some security measures, biometrics. There were some individuals that were not paying rental in these hijacked buildings. So he then had come downstairs and had come to the corner, which is just right behind me. And that's why I understand the shots themselves had rung out. And the shots, of course, several shots, according to some of the eyewitnesses. I can tell you that the remains of DJ Warras, a Warrick Stock, is still at the scene at this particular stage. The forensic services are still combing the scene at this stage. Not many of the eyewitnesses want to speak out at this particular stage, indicating, I mean, for fear of, we know that particular industry and understand it to be quite dangerous. But, DJ Warras, as he was, of course, having worked for one of the SABC radio stations as well, that was 5FM, having worked for YFM as well, he was incredibly opinionated. I must say, I followed him on X as well, and he had an opinion about politics in South Africa. He had an opinion about music, and his music is something that he genuinely loved. I recall from the early days that DJ Warras had basically climbed the ranks, and he was really one of the great DJs in South Africa. Everybody enjoyed the music that he played, whether it was on radio stations, and I do understand from some that might have attended his gigs at nightclubs and other areas where he might have been DJing. So at this particular stage, we can confirm to you, I mean, the forensic services are still at the scene at this particular stage, and the remains of DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, still remains here. The family is still on location, very devastated at this stage, and they've been telling us for I think close to 2.5 hours since we've been here now that for them this has really come as a shock. They've been chatting to family members about what has transpired here. They're still trying to communicate some of the details of what has happened, but SABC News does understand that he had been working in this building, setting up biometrics, setting up some of the security services, and when he'd come downstairs, he came to the corner of the street, and I can tell you what police will certainly be looking out for at this stage is some of the security cameras that are in this particular area, trying to establish exactly what has taken place. This is still an ongoing investigation. However, police have not communicated officially in terms of what they can say at this particular point, but certainly a loss to South Africa's music industry, a loss to the DJing fraternity, to the arts in South Africa, given that he's also worked for one of the radio stations. I mean, a demonstration of the kind of DJ that he was and his love for music. In fact, one of his friends had actually called me a little bit earlier on, and they were asking me, is it true, is it true? And I indicated that I would need to get to the location first and wait for a go-ahead from the family in order to confirm that indeed it was him that was shot and killed here, here in the Johannesburg CBD today, and the family, of course, giving a go-ahead now to say that South Africans can be informed that the DJ, the popular South African DJ, extremely talented, that was shot and killed here in the Johannesburg CBD is, of course, DJ Warras. His name, Warrick Stock. The family still on location at this particular stage. So at least some details now. Many of the South Africans, of course, after I put out a tweet there, Unati, about a popular South African DJ having been shot and killed, many were asking, I wonder who crime has stolen from South Africans now, and unfortunately that announcement being made here on SABC News about the untimely passing, having been shot and killed here in the Johannesburg CBD, DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, a popular DJ here in South Africa, having worked for radio stations like YFM as well as the SABC's 5FM, incredibly talented, also at a very young age. We heard about his dedication to his family, how he was a good father, and we'll hear many tributes from friends. Some of the DJs that he's worked with in the industry, some of the DJs that he has, DJ'd alongside, had played at gigs with, are at the scene, at the stage, and they are obviously very devastated about what has taken place. police, but we can confirm now that DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, popular DJ here in South Africa, shot and killed in the Johannesburg CBD today.
Chriselda Lewis out at the Johannesburg CBD for us. Of course, this is breaking news, a story. South African DJ and businessman Warrick Stock, popularly known as DJ Warras, has been shot and killed at the Johannesburg CBD.